join Chase Harlowe, Senior Salesperson, Alex Murphy, Chief Operating Officer, and Iggy Ingalls, Director of IT, in the boardroom, preparing for the Acme Lasers presentation.
I know who's going to be in the meeting. That guy on your program, Chase, said something like, you can't close the deal by yourself. Well, I knew we were going to be with the team. I wondered if they had a team. They do.
How'd you find out?
Angie told me she was in a meeting. Well, I just asked her who else was going to be in the meeting. Sue, head of HR, and Bill from personnel. Her and the CFO, a guy named Cole. That's the team.
How'd you get Angie to tell you this? And who exactly is she?
She's at Comic-Con every year. She always dresses as Chi-Chi, and I go as Goku. You know, from Dragon Ball Z? Anybody? Nobody? Anyway, we wind up getting a lot of pictures together because in the game we're married. Anyway, last year we said that we'd make better costumes. She called me up and we started talking about the costumes, and then I asked her why she was so into the character, and she said that she played online when she was bored.
Iggy?
I asked her where she worked, and then she said that she was in charge of Acme IT. I told her that I was in charge of IT at Job Pillars. She knew we were coming in. That's when she told me not to tell anyone that we know each other in the meeting. So I said...
Iggy, what did she tell you about who was coming?
Well, Bill thinks the meeting is a waste of time. He's hard-nosed, and he just got this project.
Every deal has an eel.
What?
Just a saying from my program. Every deal has an eel just means that when you're selling a bigger sale, there is always someone trying to get in the way.
What's that mean? How can Bill not like us? He doesn't even know us.
You know, it's not about like or dislike. It's just someone who doesn't want things to change or who doesn't like how we would change things. Iggy, can you bring up on the big screen Bill's Facebook page?
And done. If you need anything else, let me know. I'm headed back to IT.
Okay, let's see. He's okay looking. He's no Mark Kennedy, but no pics of kids or wife. Retired Army, Lieutenant Colonel. That's a really big deal. Wonder why he retired.
Iggy would say it was because he was in Black Ops, and then Iggy would start a dark web search on him.
Not a bad idea. There's nothing else on here but a lot of the golf pics. A lot of golf pics. Everywhere. He must be good. He's always the happiest guy in the picture.
Hey, everybody. Don't let us interrupt. We just wanted to watch you build out the presentation and maybe give a few ideas to the discussion.
You know, I always say you can learn something from anybody. And I'm here to learn from you. So, from the screen, looks like this guy is a big golfer. All right, we can get in using that. I close a lot of deals on the golf course. All right, you get them all relaxed, a few drinks, you intentionally lose a game, and then...
Do you even know who this guy is? Is he the decision maker? Is he a competitor? Is he someone Alex wants to date?
You know I don't date anymore. Just a conjugal visit a couple of weekends a month. In on Fridays at 6 and out on Sunday at 9. It's not the same as dating.
I'll regret asking this, but why 9 on Sundays?
I have church at 10. You know. I'm not a heathen. Does anyone have a lighter?
We'll take a break soon, Alex. As to Bill, we think he might be the eel in this deal.
The what in the what?
We have to neutralize this guy before the meeting so he's not an eel, if we can. You can't close a big sale alone. We can't close him on the golf course. We just need him to be less of an eel.
I think we should send him our pitch deck beforehand. Walk him through it and point out where a company like ours is the best fit for a company like theirs.
That's selling, not eliminating the threat of the eel. If he doesn't fight us in the presentation, that's a win. He won't buy alone.
I don't know. I've closed a lot of deals by myself with people who were against my ideas up front.
Shane and Hank. You are not observing, and you are not learning.
I have an idea. Let's have Jason ask him out to play golf. Jason belongs to that exclusive golf course. I'll bet Bill hasn't played it.
I would be surprised if this Bill guy will golf with someone who's going to sell him.
Now is when you shut up.
Sorry.
I think that Jason can get him out for a round of golf.
Jason could get the president to play golf with him. He'll get it to happen, but you don't get any free moves.
Like what?
You have to stick to the script. I know you, and you can start to run with the conversation, and we'll never get this done our way.
I'll be good. I want to win, just like you.
We'll run through it a couple of times. It's key that we get peer-to-peer. Everyone has to contribute, or otherwise they just look like a tourist.
I'm sure that you can't always get Anil to play golf with you.
I will get him to play. We'll be friends. I'll let you know when I get back what I learned.
Everyone has the parts of their presentation, so we'll meet later today and go through what we have.
Hey, Shane, can you stay for a minute after the meeting?
We hear the rest of the team exit, leaving Alex and Shane alone.
Cut the crap, Shane. You and Hank sneaking into the room. What, it's 2-for-1 drinks at the asshole bar? How stupid do you think Chase and I are?
I don't know what you're talking about. We just came in to see if we could help.
Smart plan. Jump in the meeting. We win the sale. You and Hank claim you helped with the win. We lose. You tell everyone you tried to help, and no one would listen to you.
That's not what I'm trying to do at all. I just think
You
that if
do
we could...
understand that this is not my deal or Chase's anymore. It is the company's deal and the company's owner's deal. You seem to get confused lately when I have been talking to you, so I will use small words and talk slow. You mess this up or try and dabble in this team, and I will eat you like an appetizer. I won't even chew.
We join the team of Marcia, Jason, Chase, Alex, and Iggy in a private dining room, preparing for their upcoming presentation to Acme Lasers.
And they didn't have any shrimp, which is half the reason I eat at this club.
You would have had shrimp if you were ahead of Iggy. He's got an ocean of shrimp on his plate.
Anybody else getting cocktails with lunch? I'll have Roger come take your orders when he brings mine.
Really, Alex? One meal without a cocktail would be a start.
It's okay. I'll order for you. Hi, Roger. Scotch for her, 3 fingers, top shelf, light ice.
Alex, I'm going to start, okay?
No worries. I'll have Roger bring you something a little later. I know your order.
Okay, let's work while we're eating. By the way, Jason, thank you for letting us meet here at the club.
I think I'll kick off the presentation with a history of the company.
No, we're not spending hardly any time on the history of the company. Maybe 1 minute. They don't care. It's not about them.
Now, wait. We had the golf game with Bill. He said he wants to work with partners and get to know us.
Got it. Only 1 minute. I'll do the company story.
Really? I think I might be a bit of a better storyteller.
Well, I do know that you would be about 3 times longer than we need for the presentation.
Oh, thanks for that. I don't get it. We always start with a history of the company. I know we don't do these bigger sales very often, but that's how we do it.
We're going to tell the history of the company in about 1 minute in the middle of the presentation. We're saving you for the most important part of this. Be patient. It's coming.
I've been studying this a lot. Let me just run through the skeleton of it, and then we can pick it apart. After we've said hello and introduced, and they've introduced, we go through 4 slides. A, what we know about you. B, what we think we know about you. C, what we want to learn about you. And D, what you should know about us.
How's it go, girl?
Iggy.
Sorry, Chase, I was eating. How's it go?
A, what we know about you. B, what we think we know about you. C, what we want to learn about you. And D, what we would like you to know about us. We want interaction. If they're doing more than half of the talking, it's a good meeting.
When do we close?
Not yet.
Let's take the beginning. A, what we know about you. Mark Kennedy is going to want to hear a little bit of research and then a strong push toward what we know about the industry. That's you, Iggy.
Past growth, key customer industries, and what makes Acme Laser special. For the market insights, the tenure of employees, average age of employees, how long it takes to train people in the industry, and what the future for skilled labor is.
Great. We have to end that first slide with, what have we left out for a conversation like this one? Next piece, B, what we think we know about you.
That's mine. General provisions of benefits, payroll, matching 401k, all of the personnel and HR commentary. We'll talk about the industries within a 50-mile radius that may be competing for same or like employees.
I saw the graphics for similar industries within 50 miles of Acme Lasers. They look really good, Alex. Next point, C. What we want to learn about you. Marcia, you're up.
We have to get this one right because it's a bit of a guess. I mean, if the first two pieces are off the rails, then hitting the questions from this slide could be a mess.
Try it and we'll work through it.
Okay, here's what I have. A 3-year downward spiral for Acme Lasers. They have the highest turnover of skilled workers in a market that will need them more. Their last 3 years' plans have not produced the results they want. They are good in the categories that matter, only average in retention of, and bad in the category that makes employees stay.
When do I come in?
We're saving you for the ask, Jay.
The close, right?
It's really an ask because we aren't closing the order. We're asking to present a proposal. You'll make the ask in this presentation, and if you get the proposal meeting, you'll be the closer on that one.
What do we want them to know about us? The proposal pieces?
We're going to tell a story of 2 employees, Jeannie and John. Jeannie is 25 years old, a couple years of trade school, no responsibilities. Then John, 35 years old. No college background, but 15 years as a high-skilled machinist. Any similar company will pick him up paying a little more per hour and a small signing bonus. He, unlike Jeannie, has lots of responsibilities. He has 3 kids, an ex-wife, and a new wife. Same benefits, more money, and a competitor for labor could get him.
This is my favorite part. Both of these employees are good to keep, but John is better. Younger employees like Jeannie don't care about stability. They think of themselves as free agents who can put themselves out to the highest bidder.
Okay, so that's the backdrop for the presentation. Jeannie and John. We're not going to present yet. We are just going to show the ugly future. Attracting and keeping the most desirable employees is less about money and more about ease of work life.
We have to tell him first about the 3 reasons that employees leave.
Jason, this was Iggy's favorite part because he guessed money, and actually money is 4th. Boss is 1st, work environment is 2nd, and the work itself is 3rd. We go after the 2nd one, work environment.
How do we make Mark the smartest guy in the room?
We ask him to tell us 2 stories from his company of real people who have left. First one is of the rock star employee, 35 or older with kids and a wife. We'll have him walk us through his career at Acme and why he left. The same question about the younger employee. Then we ask him what he calculated the cost to his company was for each of the different employees leaving.
What do we want him to say?
The truth. But we want him to work out the issue, and just as importantly, the math. If he diagnoses his own problem using his own numbers, he'll listen to what we're offering.
It sounds really good, but what are we going to propose that we can do to fix it? No one wants to say it, but we are a payroll and benefits company.
What about for Hendrick Steel and Anderson Manufacturing? We do a lot more. We practically run their entire payroll, benefits, employee complaints, all issues of accuracy, dealing with challenges with the health insurance company. It's a long list.
Our teamwork did this, and we came up with employee concierge. Iggy came up with the name. Instead of dealing with multiple points of contact to resolve all of the benefit, payroll, and medical issues, we do it instead. We can provide an email address, portal, and phone service to manage all of this.
Whoa, we don't have this. We don't do this. I mean, it sounds great in theory, and I'm excited about it, but you're selling something we can't deliver.
We actually do this for 3 other customers. We just don't call it employee concierge, and we haven't private labeled it so that it wouldn't be our name, but Acme Laser's employee concierge name. It's a little bit clunky, but we're doing it. We can smooth it out in less than 3 or 4 months, which is plenty of time considering the switchover from current providers and methods to us.
I'd like you to walk me through that later. It sounds really good. I just have to get my head wrapped around it.
A few ground rules, and then we'll do a run-through. First, you don't answer questions. I repeat the question back to the person asking and direct you to answer the question. I'll then take your response and direct back to the questioner to see if they got their question answered.
Why don't we just answer questions when they ask them? It would be faster.
The short answer is control. If I run the questions and assign who answers, you get the time to think about your answer. We control the tempo of the meeting. We don't want it to be blank faces like Easter Island any more than we want it to be a rugby scrum. We'll pair up our counterpart for the presentation. That means, Alex, you're going to be directing your answers to Sue from HR. Marcia, you have Mark and Cole, the CFO. Iggy, you get Angie. And Jason, you have your new golf buddy, Bill.
Bill's actually a pretty good guy. He's a little uptight to start, but he was really funny by the 6th or 7th hole. And Marcia was generous enough to let Bill's wife, Anne, crush her on the course.
I didn't think you played golf.
I don't. That's why I got crushed.
If we can, when we get in the room, Jason will be sitting next to Bill. We don't want to face off with them on one side and us on the other.
How long do we have? About 60 minutes? So how many slides are we going to have in the PowerPoint?
No more than 10, maybe 8.
You have to be kidding me. How are we going to tell this story in 8 pages?
We're going to rehearse that next. If it works, it is going to be magic.
And if it doesn't?
It will be foobar.
Hank Dickman is on the phone with someone at Acme Lasers. Yeah, Sue Mako, please. Yeah, hello, Sue. Hi, this is Hank Dickman. Yeah, I'm a sales consultant working with Job Pillars. Yes, well, I wanted to contact you in advance of the upcoming sales presentation at your offices. Yep. Okay, well, I'm reaching out to you to let you know of some professional concerns I have that I believe should be addressed in this upcoming meeting. And of course, I need this to be off the record so that, I can work with confidence with the team after the meeting. Thank you for your confidentiality. You could help me out by really pushing down during the meeting on the numbers. Chase Harlowe will be leading the meeting, and I want her to really learn how important knowing the numbers about a business can be, right? Alex Murphy will be there as well, and I appreciate if you could ask... Will Alex have to eat Shane like an appetizer? Will Iggy and Angie be a Comic-Con hit? What does FUBAR stand for? And what is Hank up to? Tune in to the next episode of the Sales Tales of Chase Harlowe.
In episode 6, Horses and Camels, what's a camel? A horse designed by committee. You see this play out as the committee is trying to develop this presentation and make a big difference at Acme Laser.
The scene that I thought was really pivotal, and there were a couple of them in there, but it was this, what I would consider to be 5-year-old soccer, where you start to get a lot of voices who are trying to put together this presentation. One of the worst presentations I've ever seen had 100+ slides in it, because everyone is concerned that every message gets put into that conversation. And yet what we need is a collective, straightforward narrative. And the curiosity is can a group create a collective narrative?
Well, and as you look at this, you've got Chase trying to follow this system and trying to bring the team along and to design how does this presentation go? And that there's, how do we control a presentation? And then you have the scene play out, or at least you understand the scene play out as the second grade soccer.
It's a 5-year-old second grade soccer. Is that I can't remember. All I know, my children are too old. All I know is it looks the same, right? Everybody on the ball running all over the place. And that's what we feel like right here. Chase and the other leaders have to go ahead and tighten that up. Now, in the next episode, we're back at Acme Laser. And again, it's interesting about what they see as their real problem.